Hey everyone, welcome to Season 2, or Chapter 9 of the Double Attraction Paradox. Today's episode is going to be a little different because I'm supposed to be interviewing someone, or rather a friend of mine, about his background and his experience with a crush. However, due to circumstances, I will be doing a little storytelling. So he typed out an actual story, and I will be reading it to you guys through my computer. So, a little background from him is that he is a friend of mine that I met online from a mutual friend. He is from Trinidad and Tobago, from the island of Tobago. Um, if you guys never heard of Tobago, it's the city of Scarborough brings back a lot of memories with its culture, with its hustle and bustle, the cruise ships and everything. The food itself there back in Tobago is definitely succulent, and I miss the doubles and everything. But that's a little background from me, especially the carnival and everything. I mean, I'm getting a little off track here, but he's also a teenager as well, and he is in high school. So, and his story is actually like a few years ago, which is quite interesting. In this case, however, he experienced infatuation with someone, but he already tried to break the ice, which went well, him and his girl, they've been talking for a bit, but something tragic happened afterwards. So we're gonna get through it, and then I'm going to say my thoughts at the end. All right, so here is what he typed to me. Okay, so hello everyone. I am one of the interviewer's friends, and his name is Third Dot Brother, and this is my story. It began around late November 2023, and there was a sports event going on for a Sunday. While enjoying my time there, I noticed a girl. Let's call her Rachel. Okay, so we don't know how old she is, but she might most likely be the same age as Third Dot Brother, and it turns out they met elsewhere. I'm not too sure if they're high school classmates, but they just met elsewhere, right? And for some reason, I instantly said to myself, I need her. So this is the part where he started to develop that romantic infatuation towards the girl, right? She's gotta be the one. That's what he said. So I approached her. Hey, he's brave enough to do that, but our time was short since I had to leave to go home. Okay, so we exchanged contacts, which is pretty typical if you are approaching a girl. Uh, and then that evening, we were talking and we were vibing like we've known each other for years. So that statement, when he said that, it just shows how his meetup with the girl drives familiarity into his senses. Because literally, we were vibing and we were talking. It's like he is already developing that obsessive behaviors. He's becoming blind to infatuation somehow. And he somehow is enjoying it. We were vibing after all. We knew we both existed but never talked to each other. Well, indeed, Tobago is a small island. If they see each other every time in the streets, they wouldn't know each other, but it feels kind of familiar because people be seeing each other anywhere you go. You know, you can see your peer or a friend like in school or in a grocery store because it's a small island, and you can easily navigate around for like I don't know 3 to 4 hours. But we're getting off topic there. Um, yeah, so it turns out that aside from them knowing each other, they do some glances. They just did just glances once in a while. That's what he said. Okay, just glances. It's like they know each other, but they only do glances because they never had a formal talk or a formal meeting with each other until the sports event. So at the end of the week on Friday, surprisingly, she confessed. I thought, I only thought that she wasn't going to do that. I thought that, huh, I didn't see this point. She confessed. So, wait, at the end of the week, yo, is that a little, yo, wait, hold up. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The girl confessed after 6 days. Okay. Okay, because at the end of the week on Friday, after 6 days, she confessed. Okay, I'm getting a little excited there. But and back then, I used to read people very well, so I knew. And I told her I liked her too. So we got together on Saturday, which is the next day, and had a date together. Okay, you never know where they went, but they did went out. So it turns out this relationship is driven with clarity because the girl literally said that she likes him, and there's reciprocation in it, as you can see. Unlike the ambiguity that other crush dynamics may face somehow. Some people may use mixed feelings or mixed signals just to signal their attraction. But this one is surprisingly just straightforward a confession. Let's continue with the story. But I didn't know what the future had held for me. But it was for sure not a good ending. I got to meet her family and we are all were having fun. Then a few weeks later, some friends of mine called me to chat. They told me she was bad news, saying that she's been, as they say, around. She's been around. It's a little ambiguous to understand the meaning behind it, around, but it really does have some bad intentions, which I won't dig deeper, but it could be something pretty bad. I didn't believe them and briefly left. But I should have listened, and their rumors of her being that type of person were true. Yet I forgave her and kept on fighting. Remember, dude was blinded by love. Yes, it's true. Because if your focus has shifted into a woman, or yeah, a woman, let's say, then you're gonna drop everything and just go to her? Dude, it's crazy. It's as if you develop feelings for that person. That's why we may not really believe what our friends say because we have been blinded by the love we give to the other person. And so that's why it's really, really important to find an actual partner whom you love them despite their imperfections. You don't just love them because of their looks, their intelligence, or, just to satisfy your own happiness, of course. You need to also show reciprocation. It's a matter of transaction between two individuals where at the end of the day, they build together, they succeed together, and they pretty much can say and develop this confidence that they are an actual couple that does not rely on mixed signals, but builds upon consistency in showing love to one another, while at the same time showing direct clarity, like the girl did, but she somehow needs to not be driven by lust. It's good that you have someone who can actually reveal their feelings for you. That's why it's pretty good. But you, at the same time, right? At the same time, you need to build a relationship that's not driven by lust, but instead genuine love and reciprocation through consistency and clarity. Yeah. So I did a little bullet points here. So I want to do a little some explanation here. I want to say them out. The summary of this story is to fully commit to someone who genuinely respects you as a person and is willing to build a life with you, which, like I said, right? Obsession, lust, and limerence are only temporary happiness that may fulfill the potential or suddenly shift into reality, which causes both individuals to experience emotional ambiguity, lack of vulnerability, or genuine love. Though I would say, congratulations though, because my friend was able to reciprocate his feelings. The reciprocation was there. The direct clarity was there. But the only thing that lacks in that relationship was the vulnerability, the genuineness, and the emotional connection somehow, which can lead to conflict. It doesn't have to be like fighting, but conflict and like possessing that lack of genuine love or genuine respect with one another. And it's very important to know the intentions that you two bring along. Whatever you two put in the table, it must be respected, right? Somehow. You must respect the intentions that they bring. Okay, let me explain it a bit. When you find someone and these type of intentions include boundaries and everything, you really need to respect them. Respect their boundaries, respect the vulnerability they give to you, and not just take it for granted in which you would dump them just because they won't fulfill the lustful desires that you really want. You must shift from lust and prioritize genuine vulnerability and love. No, you cannot let lust or obsession take over your relationship. It's very important. I'm not really an expert into this, but I'm just saying, as a person of my own perspective and opinion regarding this case. And if any time the relationship is driven by peer pressure, it lacks the compassion that brings a sense of closeness, which I summarized earlier. It may feel like people are fulfilling a quest to make others happy rather than themselves. Again, I do not know if Rachel and third dot brother are driven by peer pressure as well. The breakup could be that her friends tell her to move away from him because I don't know. They are not like fulfilling their ego or pride or lustful desire. Like I said, it's pretty hard to explain. But moving on, the relationship may have potential setbacks in romantic chemistry. Again, it could also be romantic chemistry that forces her to break up. Maybe she doesn't see that spark in them. But that's pretty weird though because they were both dating. But that was maybe I don't know if it's one time or twice or thrice. I don't know. Maybe she doesn't see the spark. He which is third out brother, he probably did see it, but because he's already blind by the infatuation. But she somehow, even if infatuation drives the relationship, I don't think she saw the spark. Maybe that's why she wanted to move away. But again, whatever opinion you guys have, you should definitely contribute to this. because I'm not an expert, like I said. But yeah, each person possesses different expectations in a relationship, and if their expectations are not met, that happens. Conflict happens. People cut ties with each other, and they separate. Yeah, I don't know. People tend to have unnecessary conflict and broken trust. So, I mean, you can't force them at the end of the day. It's their choice. Um, just to add on a little bit more, Third Out Brothers said it's very explicit, right? It's pretty inappropriate. I don't know how to say it. And I asked him if it's suspicious, and he said yes. So to me, I concluded that when he said that in his story, the relationship is lust driven, rather. That's all I can conclude for now. And yeah, that's pretty much it for season 2, chapter 9 of the Double Attraction Paradox. I know, it's not the usual analysis that I post or the interviews, but I'll see if I can get an episode where I can be able to analyze music and other things. College is definitely coming up for me, so my schedule might get tied up, especially. So there might be certain days which I'll try to keep it at a consistent Tuesday where I'll be posting some episodes, but I'll keep posting until then. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast as usual, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.